Welcome to TNT Goes Boom, map 18. This is Rig. The basic idea of this map is we gotta click switches to, they're all kind of in one area, but we gotta click switches to lower the blue key right here. In order to do that, we're gonna have to go to various side areas, various wings of this large structure. We start with a super shotgun and a gun. So let's first clear out the monsters from around us from this kind of circling corridor. There's a lot of snipers and some imps and not imps, but pinkies and specters and lost souls. So let's go ahead and just go around and clear them off. As I said, there's a lot of snipers, so I just want to be careful about popping my head out because it's certainly possible to just get your health down quite a bit as you're dealing with these guys. This map has a couple of tricky fights in it. Kind of require some tricky fights in the sense that the actual fight, if you're kind of caught off guard and you don't approach it right, it's easy to get killed. The last fight, it's pretty easy to cheese, so we'll do that. Actually, I should say, I'm not sure if it can be done without cheesing. I mean, I'm sure it can be done with some luck, but I'm not sure how reasonable it is to expect to do it reliably without cheesing it. I've never really put a lot of effort into it. In any case, that's the end. We'll talk more about it when we get there. In the meantime, let's finish clearing off these monsters in this encircling corridor. I'm going to go for the chain gunner first, as usual. And I want to try to save a good amount of chain gun ammo for one of the rooms that we're going to be dealing with, where there's a lot of snipers. We're kind of far away, and I want to just have enough ammo to deal with them. Okay, I think we've managed to clear all these guys out, so let's go ahead and go in here first. This room can be a little bit tricky just because there's monsters on both sides. On the right are chain gunners in that room, and on the left there's some pack-a-demons who will come out and bother you while you're trying to deal with the chain gunners. So let's grab here the armor here and run here. Just wake them all up and get them to come to us. Perfect. We're going to need to come back to this room through a kind of a side passage because we're not able to get into the main room, but we will get the red key from here. There is an arch file. You can't really see him. He's blocked by the chain gun, but behind that switch there's an arch file. Every once in a while, when you're fighting, he'll wake up and get activated, by a string bullet. So just be aware of that possibility. Okay, well, we'll go ahead and grab the red key, which is going to warp in a spider, which we take care of with 3 clean shots. And these shotgunners are just the bane of my life today. All right, let's refill our health before we go on to the next section. We can see some guys. Yes, we can shoot some of these guys up here. Perfect. next section we're going to go into a hallway. It's got 2 revenants. Let's try to wake them up one at a time by just popping around. Just doesn't really want to cooperate. And then there is a kind of like a large room on the other side there, and snipers up on the ledge. That was who I wanted to save the chain gun ammo for. It's possible to get those snipers. Sometimes they'll shoot this Mancubus, and then he'll go and infight with them. And that'll help just keep him off our butt, as well as get him to kill some of our enemies for us. Right, no one is cooperating with us today. Did he hit you? I saw him fire. Come on, he's firing at you. He's not your friend. He's not your friend. He's your enemy. And the Imp's fireball was too high, of course. Ah, there it goes. All right, perfect. Now, there's a lot of these ambushing chain gunners in this level that live in these crevices. They are sealed in, blocked by these lamps, never to emerge. Easy to deal with, but just be aware of that as you're making your way through the level. These guys exist. And sometimes monsters jump into the teleporter over there. Whoa. Okay, it looks like he is onto us. And it's certainly possible to jump down. There are 2 or 3 spiders down there. So just be cautious if you do that. And there's a kind of a back way into this area, which gets us onto the ledge, kind of to the right. The problem with just doing that is, of course, you're going to have to deal with all these monsters on the ledge. So those monsters are all teleporting, and it's a little bit of a pain in the butt that they are doing that, because that means we're going to have to deal with them later in a kind of enclosed space. And when I say later, I mean in a moment. So at the beginning of the map, I found that ammo tends to be kind of tight. Later on, it seems to be more plentiful, but I've just always been kind of short on ammo as I go for the first few rooms. Okay, so let's go ahead and kind of cleared most of this out. Yeah, it looks like we've cleared everybody out. Later on, we're going to be able to lower this thing, and then we're going to go into this room here. But for right now, let's go, and then that's where we come back out through as the kind of the secret passage. So let's continue on and go into this room, which we're going to first have to deal with some monsters who are in jail. There's a lot of monsters in jail here. And then there's these 2 sniping guys. We don't want to go too far forward. So there's some white, like lines of light. If we cross those lines there, these, well, I'm going to do it now. So when we do that, these platforms lower. So each one corresponds to one of these 4 platforms. So just be aware, as if you do that, that monsters may come down and bother you. And also be aware that when you go up, there will be monsters who bother you as well. So let's go up here. Let's be careful. There is a shotgunner right here, and then around the corner are a couple of lost souls and a revenant. Don't really want to go up the elevator right in the revenant's face, so I'm hoping that he'll get onto the elevator. Okay, that looks like he's not going to cooperate. So we will go ahead and get on this guy, which is there's going to be a chain gunner or two. But there's a beautiful mega armor in here. And then we'll go across, not across, but we'll go to this one. Pick up the health. You can see that these two have they're kind of connected. You can't move between them, but you can certainly fire. Okay, with more health and ammo, I feel more comfortable just going up here. Oh, and now he cooperates. Okay. Coming up here, we've already killed a couple of the monsters here. They were snipers. We shot them through that stairway. And let's go ahead and go down. Oh, we didn't open that. We need to open that the panel. I can't remember exactly how we do it. Now that I think we go in this corner, and I think that's what it does. It reveals the backpack. I think going in the corner reveals the backpack. I didn't double check this, but I think that going in the corner reveals the backpack and opens the panel on the other side. The panel has I said it was a backpack, but it's actually an invisibility and a plasma. I said it was a backpack earlier. So before we go down this hall, which is a trap with more monsters in the cages or closets or whatever, let's go. Which one is it? This one. Let's go jump up onto this platform here to find one of the secrets. Before it goes all the way to the top, we're going to just jump off and get onto that platform. And then falling down onto the lower one where the revenant was leads us to the secret passage. We come up here, and there is a bunch of barrels, and you can see there's some chain gunners who are ready to ambush you, and then we kill them. And that, I think, is pretty fun and cool. If you remember the Hidden Valley, the first secret map where we go behind that secret passage, and I said it kind of fell flat because it felt like it should be like that. That's kind of what I was wanting to see, like where you get to go in and kind of assassinate them. That's what I was not hoping for, but that's the kind of, it just feels kind of cool. Yeah, you could see that where the barrels were there. We can go into each of these alcoves and pick up a rocket and chain guns that are left behind. And then this is going to lower an elevator, which leads us to the ledge where we fought everywhere. So you can see what I'm saying. If you come out here, there's just all these guys who are shooting at you. There's not a lot of space. When I've done it this way, I just end up jumping down into that place down below, and it's it's kind of pretty chaotic. It's certainly doable. I certainly survived when I did it before. I'm not recommending, but I think this is just a little bit less chaotic. I'm going to go and pick this up. It's a waste, but I want to go in with 100% health to the next area. This is going to give us the rocket launcher, and then dropping down is going to lower it, and there's going to be a Hell Baron. And you could use the rocket launcher, or you can just shotgun him. And then going here is going to put us back up on the ledge. So yeah, this upper one is going to take us to that rocket launcher, and then this lower one is going to take us into a room that's kind of behind. You can kind of see that panel with that black squares. There's a room there, and I think there's going to be 2 revenants in there. It's going to be a little bit of a pain in the butt. Okay, so how do I want to deal with 2 revenants? Well, super shotgun it is. So I'm not very good at it, but one way of dealing with revenants in close quarters is to get right up to them, provoke them to fight, and then back up, so that way they don't shoot at you. Okay, having cleared these out, and fortunately these guys are in this corner here. Having cleared this out, we're going to click this button, which is going to warp in to Archviles. And what we're going to do is we're going to use these corners to hide from the Archviles. Hopefully they won't resurrect these revenants. I said I was glad because the revenants didn't die in the middle. So not too difficult. Just, time your shots, tuck behind here. Try not to panic when you're fighting Archviles, because if you panic and just run into the corner too early, they'll follow you in here, and then you won't have anywhere to hide. So they can't harm you until they start doing their fire attack. And once they start doing that, you have a few seconds. So just sit here, shoot at them. Once they start doing the fire attack, only when they start doing the fire attack, then duck for cover. Better than that, take a shot and then duck for cover. So we have taken care of this room, and now let's go to the opposite side, and we're going to come through here, and we're going to start by waking up an Archvile. Not an Archvile. Yeah, I always get messed up at this area here. I am terrified that I'm going to die at this point, as there's very little health left available. So let's see if we can make it. There's quite a few revenants in here, and to the left there's a bunch of hit scan. Trying to just think strategically how I want to do this. There's a revenant around this corner. And I think there may be one more revenant in this area. These nets, yeah, there certainly is. So the monsters can't move through the nets, but the bullets can go through them. And they can certainly walk around. Got really lucky there with a low damage fireball. I'm actually quite terrified right now. We're going to hold off on getting that switch. That switch is what we need to progress, but it's also going to release some monsters, and I don't want them to come out yet. Yeah, those chain gunners are shooting my ass. Let me make sure there's no more revenants back here. Yeah, that's right. Okay. Yeah, there's a lot of hit scan up there. I'm going to just... They're on the stupid elevator too, so it's kind of hard to Well, that was a very dangerous near face rocket. That I didn't see that Spectre. Yeah, probably the safest way to deal with these guys is with a few well-placed rockets. Okay, we pick this plasma up. It is not trapped, perfectly safe. I don't think it's possible to grab these items, but I may be wrong. I've never found a way to do that. And thank goodness for the Berserk. We picked that up and refreshed, and now we are much better. This door here is what we're going to open using the switch over here. And there's nothing too difficult in it, but it's just, I think, an imp, shotgunner, zombie man. Go click this, and don't get startled by the surprise Hell Knight. Ride the elevator up into the hallway of blue. This hallway has more of these chain gunners in the ledges there. Let's try not to go past the edge here, or I should say, once you do, all these doors here are going to open up. And so let's activate this and then just run back. And heck, we can even use the Berserk Fist. We note that this panel is different. So we click this. It's going to reveal these electronics, which is going to reveal a secret. Forgot about this guy. Good. And there's going to be more monsters down the hall here. And the specters in this hallway just always get me. I can't see them, and it feels like every single time I'm bitten by at least one. Okay, down here is where the megasphere is. It was activated when I clicked that switch. Let's continue. If we drop down here, we'll grab we'll walk into an ambush. So let's instead go down here, hug the right wall, and shoot this guy. And let's use the trick of getting right in his face so that he doesn't spawn. I've used all my shotgun shells. Interesting. Okay. Rocket this guy. And we'll go about, we'll just go about halfway back up, fire some rockets. I don't know, there's a dozen or so chain gunners in here. And the reason I didn't grab the megasphere was just because I have a good amount of health right now, and I kind of just want to go in with a full hit points, full health into the end of the map. Am I still good? I mean, what do I have to face right now? I have a single archvile, so I think I'm fine for that. I have rockets, so we'll use the rockets to face this archvile. So we'll just swing around. Now it's easy for him to see you. I mean, he can't see you through the walls, but there's these cracks, so it's easy to mess up and get zapped by him. So just be careful when you're using this to avoid him. Okay, so there's one 2 and 3 switches here, and these, I believe, are all the switches that lower the blue key. I'm not exactly sure how they interact with that structure. I'm not sure why there's 3 switches exactly, but they do. They are all connected to that. So I'm going to drop down, grab the Megasphere now. We've got to get the blue key, and it is. I don't want to say trapped isn't the right word, but there's an ambush. When we grab it, 2, 1, 1, 1, and 1 revenants are going to appear. So I'm going to go ahead and pre-fire some rockets. Totally not completely necessary to pre-fire, but yeah, these guys have really fucked me up in the past. Okay, not too bad, not great, but whatever. Great would be if I didn't take any damage. Okay, let's go to the end. I fucked up and went to the wrong side. So it is over here where the blue key is. Click this. It's going to lower an elevator. And we are all set to get to the end. It's all happy times. I'm just going to grab this and refill, even though it's a waste. Come into here, pick this up. I'm going to go ahead and switch to my plasma. And there is a cyber demon on the other side of this wall. And we're going to come into here. And this is what I was talking about. So this final fight, when we're going to go up into here, and when we click that button, the wall is going to open up. Cyber demons come out. A bunch of monsters are going to appear. A couple hit scanners in there, a chain gunner here, a chain gunner here, a bunch of Hell Knights and Barons, and some imps and pinkies and stuff. And they get in right away, and they just stand right in front of this elevator. And I don't think you can get out. Like, if you come down the elevator, like you click this, I think they'll just kill you. So I don't really know how to get out of here. What I do, I mean, the Cyrenian can every once in a while get a rocket into here, but he pretty much can't shoot you, and the other monsters can't shoot you. They just keep opening this elevator and standing in front of it. The Cyber Demon fights with the Hell Knights, and then you can just take the rocket and just stand back here and just boom, 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 shoot them, and kind of clear them out eventually. It's kind of boring, it's kind of cheesy, but I don't really know any better way of doing it than that. So that's what we're going to do. Hello. So again, I don't want him from a distance. He could get a rocket in here, so I'm just going to kind of stand back, and you can see these guys opening the elevator, and they're infighting, and I'm just going to open the elevator and fire rockets. Like I said, this is pretty cheesy. But I'm not sure that there's a better way of doing that. Once you run out of rocket, you can switch to this shotgun. Or you can use the chain gun. And they are very accommodating, and they open the door for you. The elevator. They open the elevator for you. Okay, I think most of the monsters are cleared out. I hear a few more. I'm gonna, just for good measure, I'm gonna get my plasma out. Now I know that the sniping, there's on the other side of here and the other side there. There's a chain gunner, and then across the way there's I think a shotgunner and a chain gunner. So I want to be aware of them. They're going to whittle down the ammo, but I do want to concentrate on this cyber demon because it's a pretty cramped area, and it's certainly possible to get messed up by him. There are quite a few pickies, so I want to take them out. Okay. Okay, and I think that is everybody. No, there's someone alive still. Who? This guy. You. All right. 234 kills, 3 out of 3 secrets. Very good. So, yeah, this map is overall quite enjoyable. It's, again, I think it's overall a pretty big improvement over the original from TNT Evolution, except for the last fight. The last fight is kind of similar, where there's this little kind of control panel room there where you can go up and hide while the monsters teleport in and Cyber Demon walks around. However, I think the original one is that last fight is actually more fun. It's a much bigger space. You can run around. It's more tactical. I feel like this one, I just don't know how to deal with it other than to cheese it. But other than that, I like this one better. In any case, I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you for the next map.